My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to you about the lies regarding the health benefit of rosemary. If you have noticed, like me, when I started to go online and in different websites many years ago, right when the internet started, about, I would say 5 years ago, every healthcare scammer started to jump on the bandwagon of rosemary and its so-called health benefit. And I remember it was about 4 to 5 years ago that my sister talked to me about it and said, "Oh, Dr. B, look, this guy says that rosemary does this, rosemary does that." The other scammer picks up on the first one, the idea of the first scammer, and say, "Ooh, if you prepare rosemary like this and you put it on your hair, it's gonna make your hair grow like Dr. B. You're gonna have a full head of hair." And then, of course, the third scammer comes and picks up on the idea of the two previous one and says, "Ooh, if you take rosemary and you prepare it with the formula and the recipe that I have invented, then, and if you drink that recipe, that beverage full of rosemary the way I prepare it, and I have copyrighted that recipe, if you drink that rosemary, that preparation, oh my God, you're gonna stop aging." And the other scammer, of course, comes and says, "Ooh, if you put that rosemary oil that I have prepared myself, blah, 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 you're gonna lose your belly fat and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah." And over the years, I just saw yesterday, because it is still there online, everywhere, not just YouTube, on every freaking internet website, you see the advertisement, or you click on this guy, he talks to you about the rosemary, the other guy, and blah, blah, blah. Rosemary, guys, is one of the 400,000 species of plants on Earth. There is an estimated 400,000 species of plants on Earth. Think about that, 400,000. Rosemary is just one of them. Millions and millions and millions and millions of people, right, are consuming plants, are consuming their fruits, are consuming vegetables, blah, blah, blah. Very healthy, proven by the scientific evidence, right? But there is absolutely no scientific evidence that this plant called rosemary has any health benefits in humans. I want anyone to provide me the scientific study that has been validated statistically, that has been peer-reviewed, and I will give that person $10,000 if that study proves any health benefits of rosemary. It is good to put in your food, to put in your tea, to put this, to put that, but it has absolutely never ever been proven that if you put it on your hair, if you eat it, if you rub it on your freaking belly, that you're gonna lose your fat, grow your hair, your penis is gonna get bigger, you're gonna get more horny, your sexual drive is gonna go crazy, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. It is one of the millions of healthcare scams that we find online on every freaking website. Remember that there are thousands of healthcare scams about this plant, that supplement, this vitamin, that is supposed to make your heart healthier, make your high blood pressure disappear, right? And they call it natural remedies for your high blood pressure, supposed to make your diabetes disappear suddenly, your high cholesterol disappear, your age reverse back in time, despite the fact that only God can reverse your age, and he's not gonna do that, right? It is crazy. And this rosemary, I see it all the time. all the time, because once you click on one of these quacks, one of these healthcare scammer, YouTube thinks that you're interested in that. And then each time I go on YouTube, I see more quacks, more scammers coming with the same freaking Rosemary, but they change their video, they change the preparation. This one, the other guy said you need to mix rosemary with olive oil and put it on your hair. Now, the other guy, of course, wants to copy, but he's not going to put rosemary with olive oil. He's going to say, no. You need to put rosemary with walnut oil and put it in your freaking hair or belly, and you're going to be like this and like that. It is absolutely false. There is absolutely no scientific evidence to back up the health benefit of rosemary. If rosemary was supposed to grow your hair, the owner and founder and multi-billionaire Jeff Bezos, who is walking around with a bald head, whose head is bald like an egg, right? He would have bought all the rosemaries in the universe and had put it already on his head, and he would be like Dr. B, right? So if Jeff Bezos, who has billions of dollars in the bank, and who I'm sure has tried everything in the universe to grow his hair, right? If Jeff Bezos is walking around bald, means all these scams and thieveries and lies are actually really lies, and nothing works except maybe to slow down your hair loss, Propecia, finasteride, right? And of course minoxidil, and maybe quercetin, right? These three that have been proven scientifically to a little bit help in the growth of your hair, to slow down the rate, the speed at which you lose your hair, and postpone the time when you will be bald. But everything else is quackery. Look at Tiger Woods. He's losing his hair like crazy. Tiger Woods, the golf champion. Look at Prince William, this idiot who's calling himself a prince. I mean, what do you mean a prince? You're no prince. You're like everybody else. You're a human being. There's no king, there's no queens, and there's no prince. But that idiot who calls himself Prince William, he's bald like an egg, right? And he has billions of dollars. The royal family, which are all buffoons, right? They are not royal, the royal family in England, right? They are not royals, they are buffoons, they are clowns. It's a clown show, right? The royal family in England is a clown show. But they have $30 billion estimated fortune by Forbes magazine. So if any of these fake remedies were working, right, Prince Williams and his clown father, right, the King George, I don't know what, of England, I don't know what freaking number he is, who gives a cat, so, right, he's an idiot, like all of these royals, right, the big clown show in England. So they are walking around with a bald head, and they have $30 billion in the bank. Look at the Prince of Monaco, right? Prince of Monaco, Albert de Monaco, this clown, right, who calls himself the Prince of Monaco, right? He's no freaking prince, he's an idiot, he's a moron, right? He inherited all his fortune from his dad, who inherited it from the other people, blah, 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 right? So that guy is bald as Jeff Bezos, right? And he's walking around with, and he has $100 billion in the bank, right? So these people who are walking around and who are multimillionaires, all these Hollywood people, all these actors who are bald and losing their hair. If rosemary has had any properties growing your hair, everybody will know. If it was supposed to reverse your wrinkles and blah, 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 then all these people who are aging, all these billionaires who are aging would put it on their face, right? And if it was supposed to, if you drink it, or if you buy that supplement down there, click on the link below. Make sure you keep your credit card ready. It's going to cost you $99. $90 per week. Make sure you buy it every week, right? If it was supposed to, those supplement of rosemary, or rub it on your belly, if it was supposed to make you lose your belly fat, right? Governor Pritzker, right? The governor of Illinois, right? Illinois, Chicago, the capital, Chicago, right? The governor Pritzker would not be fat like a bear. And I apologize, I don't want to be insensitive, right? But the clown governor Pritzker, who is like that, he has a chin like that, he has a buffalo hump, he's super fat. I mean, that guy must be weighing probably 350 pounds, right? So if rosemary was supposed to melt your fat and blah, 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 that Governor Pritzker, who is a multi-billionaire, right? He's a multi-billionaire, but he criticizes billionaires. I mean, you can't be more hypocritical than this guy, Governor Pritzker, right? Guy, I'm neither a Republican nor a Democrat. I'm an independent, and I see whoever is a buffoon or a clown or a hypocrite on both sides of the aisle, I'm gonna call him out, right? I'm gonna name him. So, but again, I'm an independent, and this guy on the Republican side is an idiot, and the other guy on the Democrat side is an idiot, right? They are both idiots there are idiots on both sides of the aisle. I'm an independent, there are idiots also among independent. But Governor Pritzker, who is a Democrat, multi-billionaire, who always ranting against billionaire, and who is 350 pounds, if there was really one of these fake remedies that you can buy online, rosemary, this, that, castor oil, the other stuff that I see all the time with rosemary, I just remember, is the freaking castor oil. And of course, it started, I don't know when, but one scammer comes, get the idea about the castor oil and does his own video, and the third scammer gets the idea from the second scammer. So you have hundreds. So I clicked on one of those a few months ago. My God, and YouTube keeps sending me still today videos suggesting that I click on videos about castor oil, and this guy claimed castor oil can make disappear your osteoarthritis, can make disappear your back pain, can make disappear your nearsightedness, can make disappear your freaking ringing in the ear, can make disappear your impotence and give you a hard-on like when you were 20 years old. I just remember that freaking castor oil. What's up with this freaking castor oil? And the other guy say you rub it on your ass, your hips, your belly button, your freaking belly, your love handle, and make sure you buy it down there, $90. You need to buy it every week, right? And then after 1 year, if you do that, then believe me, your belly fat will be gone. You will look exactly like when you got married 50 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and you were nice and beautiful like a bikini model, right? That's how these quacks advertisers, all these scams, right? And I mean, I have nothing against Governor Pritzker. He's super fat. I just remembered him. But there's millions of billionaires and millionaires and very, very wealthy people who are extremely fat, right? All these billionaires. What's this other guy in San Francisco? I live in the Bay Area. I live in Mountain View. The CEO of Salesforce. I forgot his name. Who gives a cat? So I don't care. I'm not a high-tech guy. He walks like a belly, like he's 8 months pregnant, right? So the guy is a multi-billionaire, right? So if any of these scams were working, that guy would have bought them the entire supply of freaking castor oil and rosemary and blah, 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 right? He would have bought the patent for that secret recipe that guy sells you at $200. My secret recipe of rosemary, my secret recipe of castor oil to make your penis harder, to grow your penis this, to make your wrinkles disappear, to grow your hair, to make your heart failure disappear, to cure completely your cancer, your breast cancer, your prostate cancer. And in addition to that, it will shrink your prostate, right? My God, the number of scammers and scams. You need to have people who there must be some people who just sit down every day and think about what they have to come up with the next day to write a fake video and with another scam, right? Because the castor oil getting too old, the other freaking rosemary getting too old, that freaking mint. I apologize for the cursing. I apologize. That freaking mint that you put in your stuff to make you younger, blah, 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 is getting old, right? Everything old. This curcumin, I mean, guys, all this curcumin, mint, ginger, rosemary, they are great to put in your food, in your tea, in your freaking whatever you want. But they don't have any proven health benefit. They're not going to make your rheumatoid arthritis go away. They're not going to make your nearsightedness go away. They're not going to make your fatty liver go away. Oh, fatty liver, my God, that's another claim that they come up with. That if you buy this, if you buy that, your fatty liver going to disappear. My God, your fatty liver gonna disappear. And they lie to people. The only way to make your fatty liver disappear, because there's two types of fatty liver, right? Alcohol-related fatty liver, right? And food-related fatty liver, right? Non-alcoholic fatty liver. Alcoholic fatty liver, the beer belly, the guy who is a beer belly, right? The guy is 50 years old. He has a beer belly like a 10-month pregnant woman, right? With twins, carrying twins in his belly. That guy with this freaking fatty liver, he needs to go on diet and stop alcohol, right? But he doesn't want to do it, right? Because he loves to drink and party, blah, 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 until he has a heart attack or a stroke or a cancer of the liver, then he will, or cirrhosis, then he will learn his lesson, right? So these people who are claiming all these things are just lying. They're sitting, I don't know where, in their apartment, their home, in their office, and coming up with millions of these scams, one after the other, and then it snowballs because it's taken by the other scammer, and blah, 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 blah. And everybody who doesn't have any scientific knowledge, like Dr. B, falls for these scammers. And of course, they are extremely, extremely good at convincing people. They are extremely good at making beautiful videos. I take my hat off for these artistic skills that they have to make videos. My only skill is medicine and surgery, and I'm an expert for more than 30 years. And of course, all health sciences, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biochemistry, molecular biology, cellular biology, histology, pathology, physiology, cardiology, neurology, gastroenterology, dermatology, you name it. Surgery, anything. I'm the best of the best. But these people are a million times better than me making movies. The only type of movies I know how to make is just put my freaking cell phone, put it in front and be like you, which actually I love. I love to be like this. I love to be like I behave with my patients. I talk to you guys the same way I talk to my patients at the clinic, cardiovascular clinic, where I work 8 to 10 hours a day, including Saturdays. I put the patient in front of me and I talk a lot. I love to talk to my patients, to know them before I check their heart, their carotid, their liver, their kidney, blah, 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 right? But these are geniuses, evil geniuses, to make these videos that are so beautiful. I don't know how they make them, how they get the skills, but they are really good. And the guy talks, I know after 2 seconds that he's BSing, right? He's a liar. I mean, everything he says has absolutely no scientific evidence to back up. And then he cuts himself with fake stuff and beautiful pictures, music, special effect, and like those Hollywood, right? There's these Hollywood stuff came out, like the dinosaur, Jurassic Park, or the other freaking stuff. The X-Men, blah, blah. You really think when you watch the X-Men, the guy is really flying? Ooh, how is it possible? How do they make these movies? The guy is really flying. Or the dinosaur, they look really real. Or Spider-Man, how do they make this guy? It really looks he's climbing the freaking building, right? But it's the same thing. They're extremely good, like Hollywood people, at making these movies. They have skills. I don't have those I don't have no artistic skill. One of my brother has a lot of music, art skills. He's a painter, he can paint, he can draw, he can play music. I have absolutely no brain for music and arts. My brain is science, the best brain for freaking science, right? Ask me any katsu thing you want in science, I can give a lecture to anyone, right? But every God or evolution, whatever you want, creates brains with different neuronal connection, with different skills, right? So, but my brain is science. I have no brain to make those videos, and I don't care, and I'm not interested at all. I want to be like this. For the next 50 years, I will be with you just like this, guys. You will never, ever see me put any music, any fake stuff, any pictures, any freaking stuff, interruptions, special effect, right, in my videos. What's the point? I'm a doctor. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm not a movie maker. Those people are fake. If a real doctor wanted to educate people about medicine, about a treatment, if a real doctor, I mean, some of them claim they are doctor. I don't know how to verify that. Some of them are freaking nutritionists who have absolutely no clue about. A nutritionist doesn't have a clue about biochemistry, about chemistry, cellular biology, molecular. They have no clue. They are just trained 6 months or 1 year, or I don't know how much. But they don't have that basic, that important knowledge of science, right? This is a nutritionist, right? Some of them, or I don't know what else. Anyways, I don't know. But if a real doctor, if somebody who's a real doctor wanted to tell you about the properties of rosemary, he would not need to use special effect and, ooh, I invented this formula, and then suddenly get caught by this guy who is aging, who is suddenly going backwards in time. I don't know how they do that. So there was one video I watched a few weeks ago. So this guy was scamming about this castor oil that you drink or blah, blah, blah. I don't remember very well. And he showed this guy who was kind of old, like 80, drinking that stuff. And then he was showing the same guy in the movie getting younger and getting to like as if he was like 40 or 30. The guy 80, and it looked pretty convincing. The guy who was 80 looked really as if like the guy who was 20 or 30 years old. So he had really reversed age in that movie. I have no clue how the freaking guy does that, right? I have absolutely no clue. He was really convincing. So he was saying, take this stuff and I have my special formula. Click down there and look at this guy. And then suddenly the scammer disappears, and then this guy old who's drinking that stuff, and they show him getting younger. Really? But I mean, everybody who has one neuron, we have 10 billion neurons, right, in our brain, 10 billion. Anybody who has one neuron would know that this guy is a scammer. But I don't know. I don't understand, because they have so many clicks. The guy has like 2 million subscribers. It's crazy. 2 million people subscribe to the channel of that quack. I don't get it. And I bet you if 2 million subscribes to the channel of that guy, imagine how many millions buy his freaking my own recipe secret. And the guy says secret recipe. It's my secret recipe. I have copyrighted, I have trademarked that recipe. I won't tell you what it is, but look at this bottle. Click the link below, blah, blah, blah. I bet people click on that freaking stuff. I don't know how much these scammers make, but I don't know. I have no clue. I'm not interested. To you guys, I'm Dr. B, the real doctor. I'm not a scammer. I will never ever sell you anything that is fake or garbage or this and that. And I'm not interested in selling stuff. I would love one day to to see if I can contact Children's Hospital, cancer foundations, all these hospitals that are taking care of people with cancer, with dementia, medical foundations, the Red Cross. It takes a long time, but I will. If there's any point, I will. Then I will put a link below for people who want to make a donation to those people, to help these cancer foundations, children's research, blah, blah, blah. But nothing like freaking products, right? I make enough money at my clinic, cardiovascular. I don't need more. Believe me. And I didn't open this channel to make money or for the glory or the fame. I opened this channel to be with you guys, to teach you, to teach my knowledge, to stay away from these scams. Use your common sense, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you receive a text message from somebody who says, I'm the IRS and you haven't paid your taxes. If you don't wire $5,000 right now to this account in China, you will be arrested immediately by the cops who are going to knock on your door in 1 hour. Quickly call your bank, wire $5,000 to that account in China. Right? You use your freaking common sense before you call your banker or you go over there quickly and say, my God, I need to wire $5,000 because I didn't supposedly pay enough taxes and the cops are going to come to my apartment or my home and knock and break down the door if I don't send $5,000 to that account in China, right? You don't do that. You use common sense. So when you read and you look at the thumbnails of these quacks, I mean, their thumbnails are also very elaborate, just like their videos. They're very convincing. They put these big pictures of fat people, and then they put a woman in bikini, and they say, you see, if you buy these products, you're going to be like that. If you rub your belly with this oil, castor oil, blah, 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 you're going to become like a bikini model, like when you were 17 years young, right? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, do these people who click on this and subscribe and buy, I don't get it. I don't understand, guys. I don't understand. My sister a few months ago was telling me, just sometimes she likes to tell me when we go, when I go visit and we have dinner, even though I don't eat like they do. But she used to tell me about these romance scammers. These are men who are in China, Vietnam, and other countries, Nigeria, right? Men who are able to go on these dating websites, and they put a picture of a very handsome 30-year-old man who is in the military and who is buffed like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he has beautiful teeth like that and a gorgeous smile and blue eyes and blah, blah, blah. And they start connecting with this naive woman, dumb woman, right, who really believe that guy is in love with her, right? Now, and then she starts wiring money. I mean, true stories, the way my sister was telling me. It's really true. I said, you must be joking. Nobody can be so stupid. But yes, she told me, no, I swear to God, blah, blah, blah. And she showed me some videos where the FBI was investigating these romance scammers. And there's millions of them in China, Japan, Nigeria, Russia. They are all guys who, whether they're young or not, doesn't matter, but they are absolutely not interested in marrying this woman here in America who is 50, 60, 70, who is absolutely not a bikini model. And I apologize for being so insensitive, right? But come on, guys, let's look at ourselves in the mirror, right? Let's look at ourselves. I'm never going to attract I'm 50 years young. I'm never going to attract a beautiful 20-year-old, young, gorgeous babe unless it is for my money that she's gonna be with me, and that's okay. Like Hugh Hefner, right? The buffoon, 90-year-old Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy magazine, who was surrounded by these 3 20-year-old gorgeous babes, and who was claiming, oh no, these 3 beautiful babes in my Playboy mansion, they are with me only because they love me. It's not about the money. Right? Yeah, right. Come on. So it's the same for this woman who wires thousands. There was that woman, she spent $500,000, almost her entire freaking savings. She sent it to freaking, I don't know where, China or I don't know. My sister follows all this kind of garbage. She's constantly reading about this kind of garbage. I don't have the time nor the interest. But anyway, we talk in the family, right? Sometimes people tell you about this and that, or you read it online, you read it in the news, right? Romance scams. So how can people be so stupid to wire 50,000, 100,000 and then do it again the next month and then do it again in 2 months because the guy needs money to come to America to marry her? So the guy is gonna receive, he is asking for another $50,000 and the woman sends her another $50,000. It's crazy. But there are people like this who are completely dumb. I mean, dumb. What else can I say? Is there anything else you can say? So it's like the people who click on this freaking rosemary, castor oil. Oh, and I just remember the freaking onion. If you put freaking onion water, onion juice on your freaking hair, it is supposed to make your hair grow. If you drink it, it's supposed to make your heart failure disappear, your kidney failure. Oh, you're not going to need a kidney transplant. Don't listen to your doctor. Just drink that freaking onion juice that I made. Make sure you keep your credit card ready and send me all the money so that I can pay my Lamborghini, my Ferrari, my mansion, and my upcoming vacation to Jamaica. Come on, guys. Use common sense when you go online. Don't fall for these quacks. Do not. Always think about these millionaires and billionaires who are fat, right? And nothing works. Otherwise, they would have bought everything that exists on earth. And all these bald actors from Hollywood, all these bald billionaires, Tiger Woods and John Travolta and Sylvester Stallone and all these people, the actor, The Rock, right? The guy buffed like that. All these people who are bald, right? Just use your common sense. If these people who have all the money on earth to buy entire countries, these are people who can buy entire countries, right? If they were really something working, they would have done it, right? Guys, I love you. Dr. B cares about you. Stay away from scammers. Go with real doctors. Real doctors like Dr. B. If you see a doctor using fake artificial intelligence or cinematographic special effect, he's not a real doctor. He's a scammer. A real doctor who wants to help you. He just sits down in front of the camera and talks to you. He doesn't use any freaking music, special effect, and artificial intelligence. I just remember this artificial intelligence. I have no expertise in artificial intelligence, and I don't give a cat. So I'm a real doctor, down to earth, and I love people. I love you. Stay away from these scammers, regardless of your gender, age, ethnicity, color of your skin, religion, politics. I don't care whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, whether you're Buddhist, Muslim, Christian, Jewish. I don't give a cat. So black, Muslim, or Persian, Arab, black, Latino, Asian. I don't give a cat. So whether you're a male, female, or anything in between, I really don't. I love you. I love you the same way I love science and medicine, and I hope to talk to you next time. Make sure you put your comments, your questions, any katso you want to ask, put them down there, and I will get back to you, and I hope to talk to you in the next video. Stay away from these scammers. Do not get scammed. Do not waste your money. Save your money for your retirement. I love you. Bye-bye.